welcome to the McVean Gymnasium for tonight's Frontier League Class D Championship between the visiting Golden Knights from Copenhagen and the Patriots from Sackets Harbor. At this time, we ask that everyone please rise if able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. First, for the visiting Golden Knights, a senior, number 1, Logan Gordon. A junior, number 3, Leland Jordan. A junior, number 10, Logan Love. A junior, number 11, Jacob Lawley. A senior, number 8, Aiden Sheets. The head coach for the Golden Knights, Mr. Logan Spalding. And now for the home team, the Patriots from Sackets Harbor. A senior, number 0, Marcus. A sophomore, number 1, Spencer Oliver. A senior, number 4, Dylan Auburn. A senior, number 5, Jake Peter. A senior, number 20, Connor Cobb. The head coach for the Patriots, Mr. Dale Phillips and Jeff Roberts.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the McVean Center Gymnasium. Normally home to the Jefferson Cannoneers. This weekend, it's home to us and home to the Frontier League Championships on NBC Watertown. Connor Lalone alongside Josh Madison, who will be my partner all weekend for all these games. The first of 2 this evening. The first of our weekend so far. We were supposed to have one last night. The weather didn't exactly cooperate. So this is the opening match of the weekend for us. It's Sackets Harbor taking on the Copenhagen Golden Knights. Frontier League Championship here in Class D. And we're underway. It's Sackets winning the opening tip and securing the ball. Peters on the near side will start things off And he loses the handle. It's out of bounds, but poked free by Jordal. And so the Patriots will keep possession over in front of the visitors' bench.
Yeah, the number one game plan for Copenhagen tonight is going to be keeping the pressure on tight for Sackets. We saw these two match up early, and Sackets took quite a big win there.
Castine from 3. That's no good. Strong rebound by Leland Jordal, and Copenhagen will take it the other direction. Yeah, as you mentioned, Josh, a matchup we saw in Sackets Harbor. It wasn't close. Copenhagen did not have a good shooting night. They started slow. That'll be the difference for them tonight if they can make this a closer matchup, is score early. Quick 3 from the far corner. That one rattles around the rim and comes back out. Rebounded strongly by Connor Brown. And Sackets the other way, trying to go fast down low underneath. Double dribble whistled against Dylan Aubert. Transition defense from Copenhagen there to force the turnover.
Yeah, and I won't be surprised if both of these teams come out just sprinting down the floor and back. Both of these teams trying to put pressure on early and often.
Full court press, getting to Copenhagen. Sheets with the ball. He's got to get free. He does. And he'll carry over half court. Pass down into the corner. Bounce to the near side. That's a long jumper, and it's pure. Logan Jordal from the near side opens the scoring in our first matchup. Copenhagen with an early 2-0 lead. Here's Castine trying to change that. The turnaround fade. And it's all tied up.
Beautiful work from Marcus Castine. Won't be surprised if we see him moving the ball around a lot by himself. But they also have a ton of scorers all over the floor, not just him. He's got some good handles there as he showed them off right there on that play.
Pass down low. It was intended for Lawley and never got to him. Worked its way all the way out of bounds. Turnover for Copenhagen. Another player they'll look to get the ball to more often. Whistle here. I think Larry Gallo wants to fix the net.
It's one of the things I find interesting, and that they have to fix the net, and that they'll stop the game to fix the net. It never, I guess I just never really figured out the real mental game on why they need to fix it, but.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a basket not go in because the net was wrapped around. It just doesn't seem to happen, but I guess that's because they stop the play and fix it. Consultation amongst the officials, a 3-man officiating crew here in the Frontier League Championships. I think that was about the clock.
And they also discussed that Copenhagen's first shot was for 3. It was just inside the college three-pointer, so maybe the scorer's table was a bit off. Not sure if the refs caught it as well, but.
Castine, another mid-range jumper, gets the roll. Shooter's touch. Sackets with the lead.
Such an agile player, just bouncing back and forth, leaving Copenhagen confused before just pulling that mid-range.
Lawley got over half court, but then lost the handle. Dished out to the far side. Here's Aiden Sheets, top of the arc, driving in against Brown. He's going to get called for the foul. Brown underneath. First foul of the game. First against Sackets, obviously. Copenhagen inbound. Sheets off the inbound play. It was blocked, though, underneath by Aubert. And Sheets able to get his own rebound, keep it alive. Fresh shot clock as well for the Knights. Lawley near side. Has Jordal in the corner. Now finds him. Another 3. That one's off the back iron. Strong rebound. Castine under pressure from Leland Jordal. A lot of contact there. Ball came loose. Worked its way to Oliva, who drives in and draws the foul under the basket. 2 shots coming up for the Patriots.
And that's another part of Sackets' game that is helped by Marcus Castine. Not many people really see that too much, but because of his ball handling skills, a lot of defenders step up on him, leaving some of his teammates open, as we saw there, which turned into a layup and now 2 free throws for Oliva.
Two of 2 from the line for the senior guard. Lawley to inbound. Does get it in. Aiden Sheets, who hands off. Sheets did not play in the first matchup between these two teams, which we saw in Sackets. Difference maker on the glass, but he loses the handle on the far side in front of the Patriots bench, and it's another turnover.
Sackets is going to want to capitalize on these turnovers early, with already dominating them in their game in the regular season at home. You got to know that they feel that if they just put enough of a lead on, Copenhagen may crumble before the end of the first half.
Ball still bouncing around underneath after Albert missed a couple of shots but got his own rebound. Here's Peters driving into the paint, now dishing back out. Castine from college distance. And again, Sackets with a full court press. Copenhagen able to break it eventually. It's Logan LaHillier who will do so. He drives into the paint, goes up over Peters. Oliva with a board. Castine down into the corner. Aubert, bounce pass for Brown. Missed the mark, out of bounds.
Good work there, though, from Aubert, pulling in the double team, driving down the baseline, leaving one of his teammates open. Just couldn't get to him. It was a good idea, just couldn't execute.
LaHillier against Peters, gets over half court. LaHillier to Sheets near side. Now they go to Lawley up top. Into the corner, that's a three. Short off the front iron from Leland Jordal. Rebound, Dylan Aubert, and here he comes the other direction. Aubert up against Sheets. Now Castine again, wide open from three. Copenhagen call timeout, their first of the night. Needed to show maybe a little more respect to Marcus Castine there. He's already burned him from deep once, and they let him do it again.
Yeah. I mean, if this is on a normal high school court, that looks like a really deep three, but with the college three-point line, it looks just like a normal three. So sometimes you see these defenses, they don't know what to do when they see a player get there. Do they go up and guard them because it looks like it's just a normal three, or do you lay off because they're actually 3 or 4 feet behind the normal three-point line? We saw earlier, you have Jordal pulling from the college three, came up just a bit short. You think maybe if he took a step forward, that turns into a three for Copenhagen. But Castine, he's got the strength to drain it from just about anywhere on this side of the half. Copenhagen's going to have to step up to him even from the college three just to hopefully get some of these shots to doink off a rim or something, because he is hitting tonight.
Coach Spalding takes the timeout. All timeouts this weekend brought to you by our friends at the North Star Health Alliance. And a good time to take one, now trailing 12-3 here in the first quarter. LaHillier out of the timeout to Sheets, who fakes the three. Drives into the paint, dishing back out, far side. LaHillier, long three from dead on, wouldn't go. Castine with a rebound, and here he comes the other direction. Castine with speed, but doubled at the top of the arc, able to work out of it. The pass goes out of the hands of Oliva. Castine's going to have to track back to prevent the bucket, but it is a backcourt violation. Couple of subs ready for the Patriots. That's Luke Peters and Ethan Tracy, who will come in, replacing Brown and Oliva. Copenhagen will inbound in front of the Sackets bench. Lawley trying to get it inbounds. Sheets will retreat into the backcourt to pick it up. Now picks up his dribble. Gets it to Lawley. Lawley harassed by Aubert on the far side. He picked up his dribble now. Needs some help. Comes out to the near side for Jordal. LaHillier, top of the arc against Peters. LaHillier driving into the paint. Stops, pops. Off the left of the iron. Rebound, Tracy. Fresh into the game. Jake Peters now up ahead. Aubert, lots of contact and 2 shots coming up.
Seeing a lot of baseline drives from Sackets, and it's working out for them. Only danger is that you don't have that backboard help on those layups. But it doesn't seem to bother them too much, at least up to this point in this one.
Couple of changes for Copenhagen as well, as first one from Aubert rattled off the front iron and out. Bryce Spalding in for the Knights. Aubert cans the second. Brenton Mattis, the other sub for Copenhagen. Lawley thought he was going to get the handoff there from LeHilliard. Instead, Logan will handle for Copenhagen. Harassed by Peters, but he does manage to get over half court and essentially break that press. Here's Sheets. Takes one dribble. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound Castine again underneath. Here's Castine. Lost it for a second. Able to corral it. Peters from beyond the arc. That one's short. Tracy with the rebound. Trying to dish back out, and he will. Peters. Tracy underneath. Got right to the hoop and laid it in with the right hand.
Beautiful dish there and a great run there from Sackets, as they'll now get a foul called on him. That one on Dylan Aubert. But a great run there from Ethan Tracy, seeing that his teammate caught the eyes of the defense and just broke right through and got the easy lane for a layup.
First foul on Aubert. Both teams now with 2 personals here in the first quarter. 2:30 remaining in the first quarter now of the Class D Frontier League Championship. Copenhagen and Sackets, and a rematch of a game we saw here on NBC Watertown earlier this season. The Sackets came away with that one fairly comfortably. Look like they're in danger of doing so again here. Up 15-3 and forcing another turnover on the travel. Here's Peters, far side into the paint. Dishing back out, Castine, top of the arc. Hop step, layup off balance, shot wouldn't go. Tracy comes up with a rebound. He's tripled underneath, able to get it away, and a circus pass to save it by Peters. Now Peters in the corner, driving in, picked up his dribble, pass red, and taken away by Brenton Mattis. Strong defense there from Copenhagen to force the steal. Lawley's just going to take it all the way to the hoop by himself and lays it in. Second bucket of the game for Copenhagen. Quick in transition. Sackets went to go up ahead, but all the way back there with the block was Bryce Spalding.
Some incredible effort there from Spalding. Not really one of the tallest players on the floor, but he got up there. Great use there. A great block.
Castine again. That one's short. Rebounded and kept in bounds by LeHillier, and then realizes he can use his dribble. Here he is the other direction. LeHillier into the corner. Mattis, strong. Picked up on the near side by Peters. Peters surveying. Picked up at the hip by Sheets. Castine into the paint again. Hop step. Floater with the right hand. Here's Spalding, far side against Castine. Pass taken away. Peters with the steal. Castine in transition. Lays it in with the left hand. 19-5 now, under a minute to go. Quarter number 1. Sheets gets around Tracy into the near corner. Mattis couldn't handle it. It was at his ankles. And Peters with the steal. Peters in trouble, though, on the near side. Luke Peters got it away. Here's Aubert. Peters from the near corner. That shot wouldn't go from Jake. Another offensive rebound, Aubert, and the second chance opportunity for Sackets extends the lead, 21-5. Here's Lawley. Picked up by Aubert, top of the arc. Shot clock turned off, 20 seconds to go. Spalding from 3, that one's off the left side. Rebound, Luke Peters. Castine with 5 now to go. Slipped a bit, got the pass out to the far corner. Aubert strong on the 3. And that's how we'll end the first quarter, but just a dominant display from the Patriots as they lead 21-5 at the end of the first quarter. Frontier League Championships on NBC Watertown.
Yeah, and that's not the first quarter that Copenhagen wanted or needed. After coming off of the loss that they took against them in the regular season, they needed to come out hot, and that is not what happened. Sackets Harbor came out scorching, mostly off the back of Marcus Castine, as they have all season. But Marcus not afraid to dish the ball around, and he had some help there, especially from 3. But Copenhagen's going to have to find a way to start to stop Castine and stop this Sackets offense, and then somehow get some of these shots to fall in, because that's been another part, is a lot of their good looks just haven't fallen for them. They've had one early, that three-pointer from the corner, but since then, only a layup to go in their name. So Copenhagen, they got 3 quarters to figure it out, but they're going to want to figure it out much sooner than that if they're going to want a chance to get back in this thing.
We'll see if we get a closer second quarter here. Frontier League Championships on NBC Watertown, sponsored, as all games are, all sporting events that we produce, by the Bob Johnson Auto Group, home of the $5 Friday Car Wash. Bob Johnson's got your ride, as well as our friends at Seacom Credit Union on Route 3 across from the town center in Watertown. There's others to get to, and we will. And thank you to everyone for supporting us, and thank you to all of you for watching at home. We really appreciate all of your support all year. Sheets from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And that one rebounded again by guess who? Marcus Castine, who goes to the hoop, hop step into the Euro, and he draws the foul. Sackets has done a great job of getting to the line here in the first half, and 2 more coming up for Castine.
This is probably the last Sackets Harbor player that you want to put at the line. With that one, he puts himself at 39 free throws on the season. And again, if you're Copenhagen, you want to put probably anybody else at the line but him.
In and out on the second. Brown with a rebound, trying to fight free. And eventually they do whistle a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Patriots, so they'll keep it. And it's Jake Peters to inbound. Peters has Brown, instead goes Skip up top. Here's Castine against Jordal. Stops, pops. Off the front iron, rebounded by Sheets, who turns around, looks for some help, decides he's going to carry it himself. Called for the screen and then just took off. Sheets in front of the scorer's table. Bounce pass for Lawley. Like to see him be a little more aggressive here. Shot blocked by Castine. The ball's loose. Sheets will come up with it. Castine able to get a hand on that Jordal 3. Jordal taken away and then came right back. Here's LaHillier into the paint, dishing out. Lawley thought about the 3, steps back. Hard pass into the paint. Corralled by LaHillier. Trying to get the shot away as the shot clock's going to expire. Lawley did get it off. It nearly went in. And it's rebounded by Sackets. Taken away. It would have been some way to end that possession. Peters from 3. Luke Peters missed short. Rebound by LaHillier. LaHillier. Lawley. Sheets, far side. He'll try his luck from beyond the arc. And connects on a North Star Health Alliance 3-pointer. 22-8 now. Castine is the answer. 3-pointer of his own.
All of his threes have come from the college 3-point line, showing off the range today.
Floater from Logan Jordal would not go, and Brown with a rebound, then foul whistled. Reaching in was Brenton Mattis. Second personal foul here in the second quarter against Copenhagen. Peters, no look to Castine. Has Oliva in the corner, who's back into the game for the Patriots. Peters. Pass down low was tipped, but it works its way to Ketchum. Castine won't connect this time from 3. In and out of the hands of Lawley, but he corrals it, and he'll carry over half court. No, he passes to the far side, then gets it right back. LaHillier now, top of the arc, directing traffic. Gets the screen from Lawley, who rolls off. They had him wide open, but the pass was read. Taken away. Here's Thomas Ketchum. Looked like he thought about it there for a second, trying to dunk, but he lays it in safely, and another timeout called. With 5:31 to go in the second quarter, Sackets starting to really pull away. 27-8 the score.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't much to say. Copenhagen just has to somehow find a way to get something to work. I mean, they had a great play drawn up there, was looking for a Luhulier screen than a dish, trying to get that mismatch for Lawley, but I mean, great jump there from their defense, and then it just turned into a wide open layup all the way down on the other end. But Sackets showing that good defense makes for a nice, easy, good offense. And that's one of the many reasons that they're up by as much as they are. But like I said, Copenhagen, they got to find something to counter Sackets right now, because right now it's looking like we're going to see a lot of what we saw earlier on in the season.
Second timeout of the game called by Coach Spalding in Copenhagen. Timeouts brought to you by Carthage Area Hospital, the North Star Health Alliance. Carthage Area Hospital, part of that, as well as Meadowbrook Terrace and North Country Orthopedic Group. A huge thank you to them for supporting us here on Frontier League Championship weekend. Out of that North Star Health Alliance timeout, Copenhagen trying to let it fly for beyond the arc. They got one rebound but will not get a second. And the Patriots seal their way with Spencer Oliva. Harassed for a second by Mattis, who then backs off. Peters into the corner, wide open. That's Dylan Aubert. And that one's pure. Mattis in the corner. Up top, Sheets. Fake the three, drives in, floater with the right hand. Strong basket for Aiden Sheets in the paint.
I think that's got to be a big part of Copenhagen's game plan. Just get points where you can get them, whether it's from three or from in low, doesn't matter. You just got to get the easy shot that you can take.
Here's Dylan Aubert. Oliva to Peters in the corner. Back to Oliva up top. They swing it around. Tracy dishing out. Peters driving around. Brown, shot might have been blocked underneath. Mattis comes away with a loose ball. Lawley picked up by Aubert. Sheets against Brown. Top of the arc. Uses his dribble, runs into Jake Lawley, who was trying to set the screen for him, and then Sheets is going to end up drawing the foul on the far side. I think they're going to say that's on the floor. Sheets hadn't quite started to go up with the ball just yet.
Yeah. That'll be Connor Brown's second foul in this one. They'll take him out for a night right now, but you wouldn't be too worried as a coach as far as foul trouble, but sometimes when a player starts to foul, it just shows that they're a little bit tired, so you just give them a little bit of a rest.
Luke Peters back into the game for Sackets. Here's Sheets, far side. Goes up top. Lawley doubled at the top of the arc. Jake Lawley swings it out. Spalding all the way back around. Jordal, tough pass down low, but Lawley goes up and grabs it. Lawley doubled in the corner, able to work it free. Sheets tried to use the glass. It rolled around the rim and came back out. Oliva with a board. Here he is over half court. Lost the handle out of bounds. Copenhagen forces the turnover there in a fast break.
Good transition defense there from Copenhagen, trapping the player with the ball and trying to force it free. Ended up just causing a bad dribble, which knocked it free and out of bounds. But Copenhagen has to capitalize on this turnover here.
Spalding inbound for Lawley. Lawley lost it off his own foot, taken away. Aubert, and then he did some nifty dribble moves to get around. And all the way to the basket. Layup with the right hand wouldn't go. Offensive rebound in the putback for Tracy. 32-10, under 3 minutes to go. Quarter number 2 of the Class D final from Jefferson Community College. First of 2 games this evening. Floater from Sheets, up and in with the right hand. Castine, around the man, mid-range jumper, that wouldn't go. Sheets with another rebound. Throws it out to Leland Jordal on the far side. Brown and Peters ready to come back in for Sackets. Jordal, Lawley, guarded tightly by Aubert, harassed, lost the handle, and then Peters comes in with a double. Lawley gets the ball back, goes up top for Spalding, 13 on the shot clock. Bryce Spalding drives in. Good look for him. Didn't get the roll, but he will get the foul, and it'll be 2 shots for Copenhagen. Bryce Spalding, class of 29, getting some serious minutes here in the Frontier League Championship. Well, you're a couple years younger than I am, Josh, but that makes me feel really old.
Makes me feel a little old. I mean,
Bryce Spalding. This is the first, but another one coming up.
Class of 23, so makes me feel a little bit.
I won't even tell you when I graduated. Spalding rolls around the rim and gets the second to fall, so he goes 1 of 2 at the line. Peters, who's back into the game. That's Luke Peters on the far side. Here he is again. Luke, Castine, Jake Peters. Directing traffic, Jake Peters, guarded by Spalding. Aubert, turn, shot from the free throw line, wouldn't go. Brown came up with a loose ball, but then fell on the floor, called for the travel. Larry Gallo there with the spot, makes the call. Copenhagen gets the basketball with 1:39 remaining here in the first half and trailing big, 32-13.
I mean, you still have a whole nother half, so you don't need to take the entire deficit away right now. But you can't be doing that right there. There's another turnover.
Jake Peters with the steal. No look pass to Luke on the far side. Brown in the post. Out to Castine. They swing it all the way around. Peters from way downtown. Luke Peters connects. The North Star Health Alliance three-pointer from way downtown.
Beautiful ball movement there from Sackets. Another great shot there from Peters.
Sheets to the near corner. Jordal. Another one for him. Couple of threes here in the first half for Logan Jordal. And then a takeaway. Spalding with the steal. Here he is looking up ahead. Stops. Pulls up from mid-range and cans one. A bit of an offensive burst here for Copenhagen. Final minute of play in the first half.
Important thing for Copenhagen is to try and carry some of this momentum into the second half. Try and chip away even more at this lead if you can. You probably only have maybe a possession, probably even just a second if Sackets plays this clock right.
Just about a second difference between the shot clock and game clock here. Down to 5, now 4 on the shot clock. Castine wide open from 3, won't go. Spalding gonna get one off. Well short on the last minute heave. And it's a big lead for Sackets here, 35-18 at the end of the first half. The Frontier League Class D championship from JCC.
I mean, if you're Copenhagen, you're not really staring. I wouldn't stare up at the deficit right now. What I would do is I would look at that last minute there in that first half and just how well they played defense and offense together and how that changed this game from a 22-point game. Now all of a sudden you're down 17 going into the second half, and it looks doable. It looks doable for this team. But the important thing is that you have to continue that type of basketball where you're just constantly putting pressure on Sackets and getting the buckets where you can. And we may find ourselves with a really good-looking fourth quarter if that happens here in the third. But I mean, not a bad first half from Copenhagen, but they got some work to do.
35-18 the score. The first of our 2 games this evening, the Class D Frontier League Final on NBC Watertown, is brought to you in part by John Allen Sanitation in Adams, New York. Frontier League Championship, of course, the first of what ultimately is 6 games for us here. John Allen Sanitation, keeping our hometown fresh and the sports spirit alive. Visit them at johnallensanitation.com for a complete listing of their services, and our friends over at Adams Country Club, where great food and great community come together. Whether you're here for the big game or you're just looking for a fun night, stop by and enjoy their awesome chicken wings. The Adams Country Club, or give them a call, 315-232-4842. And a reminder, folks, that the North Country Goes Green Irish Fest is moving to Clayton for the first time this year. March 14th and 15th, St. Paddy's Day weekend at the Ciro Rec Park in Clayton. And Creekstone Farms, wedding and event venue. And if you're looking for the perfect spot to say I do or host your milestone celebrations, look no further than Creekstone Farms. It's a serene setting, authentic and elegant space. Book your tour today. Give them a call, 315-291-5138. Halftime score 35-18. We're going to step aside here for a bit and again give you a word from some of our sponsors, the Frontier League Championships from JCC. Sackets with the lead.
Welcome to the Value Vehicle Headquarters. Hi folks, Mike Burdick here, Bob Johnson Chevy in Pulaski. Are you looking for that $200 a month payment? We've got you covered. With us being a Value Vehicle Headquarters, we've got vehicles as low as $79.95 and payments under $200 a month. Come check us out today, exit 36 I-81 in Pulaski, or check us out online at bobjohnsonchevypulaski.com.
Sometimes it's the simple things in life that can make all the difference in your day. Whether it's a hot cup of coffee that turns your morning around or a friendly smile from a stranger on the street, we understand how the little things can make the biggest impact. That's why we offer a full suite of services that can help you simplify and complement your busy lifestyle. Become a CCOM member today and experience the credit union difference.
Hi, Neil Terrell from Bob Johnson VW in Watertown with a couple great finds. A 2020 Ford Ranger Lariat with 8,000 miles on it, leather loaded, only $36,297. Or a 2020 Volkswagen Atlas Crossport with only 19,000 miles on it for $36,977. We have over 1,500 vehicles to choose from. Check us out, bobjohnsonvw.com, Outer Washington Street in Watertown.
Jim Strable here, Bob Johnson Chevy, Pulaski, New York, just off Route 81, exit 36. And I'm proud to announce it is truck season. We've got everything you need for your truck needs. 1,500 used vehicles in stock, like this 2021 Duramax, this certified Z71 Chevy Silverado, and this beautiful 2021 Ford Ranger. Come stop and see us. Visit us at bobjohnsonchevypulaski.com.
Big plans, we can help. Small expenses, we got you covered. Everyday purchases, we're here for that too. No matter the size of your needs, CCOM's committed to providing you with the best financial service possible.
Looking for a wedding venue that's as unique as your love story? Introducing Creekstone Farms, the perfect blend of rustic charm and modern elegance. Our authentic barn offers a breathtaking backdrop for your special day. From the exposed beams and vintage details to the green surroundings, every moment will be filled with timeless beauty. With our customizable packages and dedicated team, we'll help you celebrate a truly unforgettable celebration. Creekstone Farms, where rustic meets romance.
Welcome to the powerhouse in Pulaski at Bob Johnson Ford. It's that time of year again when you might be looking for an all-wheel drive SUV or van to get you to your next soccer event. Check these out. A 2020 BMW X3, a 2020 Chevy Traverse all-wheel drive second row buckets with leather, and a hard-to-find 2018 Honda Odyssey sunroof leather heated seats. Come check us out, exit 36 in Pulaski, BobJohnsonFord.com.
At the North Star Health Alliance, we're dedicated to keeping healthcare local. Our multidisciplinary orthopedics team is leading the way with innovative techniques and specialized procedures that restore mobility and empower active, pain-free lives. There's no need to travel for care. From sports medicine to general orthopedic surgery, we've got you covered. With credentialed and board-certified providers across our system, we bring specialized, convenient care directly to you wherever you are. Because with North Star Health Alliance, your health is our mission.
In the North Country, there are teachers who go above and beyond every day, shaping the minds of our future and inspiring greatness. NBC Watertown wants to give 7 North Country teachers the extra credit they deserve. Together with the Northern New York Community Foundation and Drek Subs, we're celebrating the educators who make a difference. 7 outstanding teachers will be chosen to receive a catered awards ceremony and a $250 grant for classroom improvements. Visit NBCWatertown.com to nominate a teacher before March 2nd.
Hi, Neil Terrell from Bob Johnson Volkswagen. Check out this 2021 GMC Elevation Package. It's the crew cab, running boards, 5.3 V8, only 25,000 miles, yours for $42,900. Or maybe a 2020 Cadillac Escalade. This vehicle's got 17,000 miles on it, yours for $49,900. If that doesn't work, I have 1,500 used vehicles. Check us out today, BobJohnsonVW.com.
Welcome back inside the McVean Center Gymnasium. The Frontier League Class D final between Copenhagen and Sackets Harbor. Connor Lalone alongside Josh Madison here this evening. Pretty solid first half of basketball for the Patriots here on NBC Watertown. Frontier League Championships all weekend brought to you by the Bob Johnson Auto Group, Seacom Credit Union, the North Star Health Alliance, our 3-point and timeout sponsor this weekend, John Allen Sanitation and Adams Country Club in Adams, New York. The North Country Goes Green Irish Festival happening in Clayton this year for the first time, and Creekstone Farms down on Fuller Road in Adams. Patriots spotted themselves a pretty solid lead here as we get underway in the second half. Copenhagen with a lot of work to do, but they showed flashes there at the end of the first half. And if they can keep putting the ball in the bucket like they did there at the end of that second quarter, they might have a chance. Instead, they turn it over on the first possession of the half. And Aubert goes right to the basket, draws the foul. Sackets Harbor did that so well in the first. And picking up where they left off, Dylan Aubert heads to the line for 2.
Not sure if that's exactly what the Copenhagen coach planned coming out of the half, but gotta live with what you get, I guess.
Shooter's touch on the first for Aubert. Got a correction to make as well, thanks to the Sackets Harbor faithful. A couple of their young fans came over and let me know that number 13, who I was calling Thomas Ketchum, according to my roster, is actually Nicholas Coco. Got some minutes there off the bench in the first half. Aubert again with a rebound. Pass deflected, though, by Jordal. Castine, spin jumper. Off the back iron, fight for the rebound. Who'd it come off of last? It was Jake Peters, much to his chagrin. Lawley, inbound into the near corner for Sheets. Aiden Sheets guarded by Brown. LaHillier, Leland Jordal, near corner, was pushed out of bounds. So foul against Oliva. His first on the Patriots here in the second half. Both teams with one now. LaHillier looking to inbound. Jordal flash to the corner. Instead, it's Logan. Deep three. In and out. Peters comes away with the rebound. Took it out of the hands of Aubert. Peters to the near corner. Oliva from beyond the arc. Rattled all the way around and came back out. Nifty move. Leland Jordal far side to get around the first man. Now Logan near corner. Lawley back to Logan Jordal. Guarded by Castine. Sheets from top of the arc. High bounce off the rim. Out of bounds last touch by Copenhagen. Came off of Logan Jordal. And the Patriots take over.
Yeah, Copenhagen's got to find a way to get some points on their next drive because they have struggled to start this second half.
Castine into the corner. Aubert lost the handle. Comes right back to him. Now Castine, far side, closed down quickly. Able to swing it all the way around. Brown underneath, turns, throws one up with the right hand. The hook wouldn't go. Lawley with the board. Lawley to LaHillier, top of the arc, guarded by Peters. Jake Peters. Lawley's going to try the moving three and can it. Terrific shot. Tallest player on the court, showing off some handles. The dexterity for beyond the arc. Castine trying to answer. Rebound, LaHillier.
Dangerous move there from the Knights, leaving him open, but worked out in their favor. Now they got to get some points.
Count the bucket as LaHillier right through the paint. Drew the contact and got the floater to fall. And a chance for 3 points the old-fashioned way. Here comes Tracy and Luke Peters back into the game for Sackets Harbor, as that's the third foul on Connor Brown. In and out. Battle for the rebound. Sheets tried to save it, kept it in bounds. Castine comes up with a loose ball. Speed into the lane. Castine, shot wouldn't go, tip free. Aiden Sheets trying to go fast himself. Sheets, a lot of contact there, blocking foul. And Sheets heads to the line for two.
Copenhagen taking a page out of Sackett's book, trying to get to the line. That'll force a timeout for the Patriots. Copenhagen, they're making a push. They gotta make these free throws count. If they can keep this momentum going, we might have ourselves a game here by the end of the fourth quarter. But a slow start from the Knights was not what they needed coming into the second half, but they found their ground, and they're starting to get a little bit of ground underneath them. If they can keep that moving, then we could see a real close game coming into the end and a great end for this championship game.
Sackets Harbor timeout brought to you by the North Star Health Alliance, proud supporter of the Frontier League Championships here at NBC Watertown. Chance for them to talk things over, maybe slow this Copenhagen run down just a touch, as it's 37-23. The Knights have done a good job here of trying to cut into that lead while also preventing Copenhagen, or rather Sackets, from extending it very much. And Sheets with a couple of shots from the charity stripe. Short on the first. Second's good. It's 37-24. Peters to Castine. Floater from inside the paint. Gets his own rebound. Dishing back out. Aubert from beyond the arc. That won't go. Castine another rebound. And he goes up with it and lays it in with the right hand. Marcus Castine hell-bent on getting to the rim there. Couple of offensive rebounds and then the putback on the third chance opportunity. 39-24. 4:40 to go in quarter number 3. Lawley to Jordal. Here's Leland. Mid-range floater, step back. That wouldn't go. Rebound Peters. Jake Peters harassed from behind, but able to get the pass free. Aubert, far side, all the way back out for Castine. Peters was closed down quickly. Pass into the corner was taken away. Sheets able to collect the loose ball after Jordal came up with the steal. LaHillier against Jake Peters. Relentless defense from Peters as he pokes the ball out of play. Knights will inbound in front of the scorer's table. Lawley goes into the backcourt. Jordal. Sheets. Now Leland Jordal near side. Got around Peters. Pass back to the outside. Logan Jordal from beyond the arc. North Star Health Alliance 3 points. It's 39-27.
All of a sudden, it's now a 12-point game. With 2 minutes left of the first half, it was 21. Now to come into a 12-point game.
Peters can't answer. That one saved out of bounds. Terrific hustle from Logan LaHillier, able to save that one from being a turnover. Threw it off the leg of Aubert underneath. Saves possession for Copenhagen. Here he is, LaHillier, directing traffic from the logo. Out to Lawley, far side. Jacob Lawley, bounce pass. They work it all the way around. LaHillier, who's out on this near wing now. Up top for Sheets. Pass by Tracy. Sheets, good pass underneath to find Jordal. Back out. LaHillier into the paint. Shot was blocked, but a foul was called. We'll see if they get Tracy for this.
Sure is. That'll be his first, but I mean, Sackets already at 4 in the third quarter. You're going to have to lower these fouls if you want to keep this lead.
Still 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The next foul would put Copenhagen in the bonus, which means they would be shooting 2 for the remainder of the quarter here.
Important thing, though, for Copenhagen is you got to hit some of these free throws.
LaHillier 0 for 2. Castine with a rebound. Sackets trying to take advantage. LaHillier able to poke it free. Sheets in there. Jordal in there as well, as they all tripled Castine and forced the turnover. Logan LaHillier gets the screen from Lawley, lost the handle. Aubert comes up with the steal. And then trailing was Leland Jordal. He's going to get whistled for the foul here on this near side. Foul on the floor, just the second against Copenhagen here in the third quarter.
Another timeout there from the Patriots. They're going to try and get some points up. They've gone quite a bit, only with a couple of points on the board. Try and draw something up and try and get the offense going again like they did in the first half. They're starting to lull out a little bit here in the third. And, I mean, the number one thing that Sackets cannot do right now is give Copenhagen any sort of hope that they can get back in this thing. Because, I mean, you give a team right now like Copenhagen, who lost badly before, kind of coming into tonight, maybe thinking, you know, they might lose the same again, and you give them a close game, all of a sudden they get the idea that they can win this thing, and you may find that Copenhagen may grind their way back into a lead.
out of the North Star Health Alliance timeout, 39-27. Sackets will have the basketball down in front of us. Castine will inbound, and he goes up top for Peters. Back to Castine. Those two play catch as Spalding's back into the game for Copenhagen. Castine, Peters, down low, taken away. Sheets with the steal. Another stop for the Knights. LaHillier. Driving in, lost the handle. Ball came back to him. LaHillier through some contact. Strong defense from Jake Peters. Sheets off on the three-pointer. Lawley came up with the ball, but then he was fouled underneath before he stepped out of bounds. Aubert picks up the foul there for reaching in, his second. That's the fifth on Sackets Harbor. This should be the bonus.
Yep, and there it is. Refs officially caught up to it, and they will give him his shots. But, yeah, that foul, no real need for that kind of a play. You see Lawley did a good job, good rebound, fundamental box out, and Aubert just kind of pushed into him trying to force a bad putback, but ends up putting him at the line. But Copenhagen needs both of these, trying to get back in this thing.
Lawley, smooth as silk, pure of stroke there. 2 from 2 at the charity stripe. Ball came off the hip.
Wow, another turnover. This is, all of a sudden, this is turning into a ball game. It's now a 10-point game. Copenhagen's defense standing strong here in the third.
Ball went off the knee of Tracy. Copenhagen now with a chance. Spalding rattles it in from beyond the arc. 39-32 with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Terrific turnaround from Copenhagen. And again, forcing the turnover. LaHillier stepped out of bounds here on the near side.
I don't know about that one. I think he came back in before he touched that one again. It depends on if the ref saw it, but according to the rules, you have to put both feet in bounds before you can touch the ball again. You have to completely assert yourself in bounds before you are completely called inbound. So maybe he only got 1 foot in before he touched it again, but I don't know. I thought he got both.
Potentially a big swing there. Here's Castine. Sackets trying to take advantage. Peters 3 wouldn't go. LaHillier comes up with a board. Here he is. Going to slow things back down as he didn't really have any support. It was 1v5 there for a second for the Knights. Lawley handed off though for LaHillier. Around to Sheets. Fakes the 3. Sheets in the triple threat. Now will dribble. Picked up his dribble. Sheets goes to Spalding. 12 on the shot clock. 35 in the third quarter. Charge called against Bryce Spalding as he went into the lane.
Beautiful move there by Dylan Albert, stepping right into the lane, making sure his feet are set and planted, taking one for the team. That could be a huge momentum swing. 2 straight turnovers for the Knights, but Sackets needs to capitalize here. Get 1 shot up. You got to make sure you get some points here. But you're only going to get 1 shot. Copenhagen going to try and send this into the fourth in a 7-point game. That would be a huge win for them.
Castine to Peters. Under 10 to go. Peters doubled, pass, jumped. Ball is loose. And the last minute heave will not go. Copenhagen assertive in the third quarter, and they cut the lead all the way down to 7. It's 39-32. And we might have a ball game on our hands as we're headed to the fourth quarter of the Class D Frontier League final here on NBC Watertown.
Yeah, exactly like we said in the halftime, like all Sackets needs is points. They don't need to take it all back at once. You still have 8 minutes left and you're only down 7. You can easily make that comeback within even just a minute, but you got to get points by points. You don't have to take it all back at once because you can't. You're not going to get 8 points in one shot. So the important thing here for Copenhagen, keep the defense going strong because that's what they did there in the third. Their defense was very strong. You have to keep that going into the fourth, and you got to have probably your best basketball here for the next 8 minutes. And Copenhagen could find themselves with the Frontier League Championship. It's realistic at this point.
It is 4-3-1, 8-4, 1-4.
It's a pretty crazy thing to say, having looked at the 2 seasons that these teams have had. Sackets Harbor's been so dominant all season long. We watched them blow Copenhagen out at home earlier this year. Clearly, Logan Spalding and the Knights have learned from that loss, and they are making a game of this one. 7 points, the margin, as we get set for the fourth quarter between Sackets Harbor and Copenhagen. The winner will be crowned Class D champion here in the Frontier League. Castine out of the gate trying to light a fire under Sackets. 3 wouldn't go, but a strong rebound. Peters from beyond the arc. That one is pure. And gets a good round of applause from the Sackets faithful behind their bench down to our left-hand side.
Funny enough, that's the first 3-pointer made from Sackets the entire second half. It was a key part of their offense in the first half, and they just couldn't seem to find it in the third quarter. They're going to need to get that back for a win here in the fourth.
LaHillier into the post. Shot was altered. I'm not sure if it was tipped or not, but Castine comes up with a loose basketball. Here he is, one-hand pass to Peters. Driving in. Good no-look scoop to Auburn, who's fouled underneath by Aiden Sheets.
Yeah, good defense there from Sheets. Tried to grab onto the ball, ended up grabbing his shoulder. That'll get called just about every time. Just to see that shoulder go flying out there as he tries to drive down the lane.
Peters off the inbound play. Wouldn't go. Loose ball underneath. Lawley tipped it free into the corner. Sheets saved it. It's still loose. Lawley comes up with it. Bumped by Brown, and they'll slow things down for Copenhagen. They trail by 10 with 6:45 to go in regulation.
Sheets ended up going out of bounds and taking out a camera guide there in the corner. Tried to make sure he was all right before entering play. Good sportsmanship there.
Floater from Jordal wouldn't go. That's Tom Spencer down there. Folks familiar with the Frontier League will know Tom. 3-pointer on the far side. Aubert, offensive rebound. Steps back into a 3. Timeout.
Yeah.
Logan Spalding.
I mean, we said it coming into the fourth that their defense had to continue to step up, and those last couple of drives, I mean, multiple rebounds from the Sackets offense and 2 straight scoring drives that are from beyond the arc. You can't have that when you're trying to get back into this game. So good timeout here from Copenhagen. Try and slow down the momentum from Sackets. Try and get your defense back into it. You're only down 13. It's not impossible, but some work to be had here for the Knights.
Out of the timeout, Lawley will inbound down to our left-hand side. Sheets wanted the handoff for Lawley. Instead will drive in. Lost the handle, came right back to him. Floater wouldn't go. Aubert comes up with a rebound. He's been everywhere on the glass for Sackets, particularly here in this fourth quarter. Peters from 3. Wouldn't go. Fight for the loose ball underneath. And
they're going to call a push there.
Yeah, foul on Sheets.
Both players kind of fighting for the ball. Sheets ended up catching more of Castine than the ball.
Second on Sheets, second team foul against Copenhagen here in the fourth. Sackets yet to pick one up. Inbound. Castine didn't get the roll. Tracy with the offensive rebound. And then Lawley able to secure it off the close range miss from Tracy. Lawley into the paint, hop step, taken away. Aubert with the steal this time. Peters picked up his dribble. Skip pass out to Aubert on the far side. He faked the shot, goes back up top. Peters to Peters. Turning in the post. Shot wouldn't go, it was blocked. Jordal. Spalding from way downtown.
What a shot from Spalding. Pulled up from near Curry range.
Floater from Castine wouldn't go. It's tipped back out right to Peters, who dishes out Aubert. Crossing up Jordal into the lane, spinning, fading away. Tough shot, and it went out of bounds. Castine saved it out of bounds, and that came up and caught Leland Jordal.
Ball bounced on the line, so the ref, it was out of bounds anyways, but Leland Jordal, that doesn't feel good, getting spiked right off that midsection.
He'll come out, immediately signaled over to the bench that he needed to come sit down for a second, take a breather.
Gonna need a breather. May need a minute or two, but he should be fine. He'll come back in a minute.
Brenton Madison in his stead for the time being. Here's Spalding. Sheets from beyond the arc. Off that front iron, Oliva with a strong rebound, and he dishes off for Jake Peters. Here's Marcus Castine into the corner. Dylan Aubert. Castine. Good ball movement. Aubert wide open in the corner. Off the back iron, it wouldn't go. Secured by Logan Jordal. Just about halfway gone, quarter number 4. 10-point lead for Sackets. Copenhagen hanging around. Jordal's three wouldn't go. Oliva with the rebound. Right along the baseline, tiptoeing that baseline and able to stay in bounds. Jake Peters. Now Spencer Oliva near side, goes all the way back up top. Castine. Pass was tipped. Works its way out to Aubert on the far side. He goes up top for Peters. Sackets content to use some clock here. Tracy, shot blocked underneath. Lawley with the rejection. Knights are hanging around. Spalding has hit a couple of long threes.
I think he may have the longest three of the night, which is impressive when you have Marcus Castine on the other team pulling from deep.
Lawley got to the basket, drew the foul. He went down hard. Contact from Oliva there. Castine involved as well. Looks like they're going to get Aubert for it. I think he's arguing he wasn't even in the play, which I don't think he was. It's his third.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that if you're Aubert. I mean, you obviously don't want to keep picking up fouls, but you are only at 3 with only 3 minutes left in the game. So, but Lawley got to start. Just misses the first one, but Copenhagen needs some points here. Got to hit this one.
They've left some points at the free throw line. 2 more there as Lawley unable to connect either time. Castine taken away from behind, but it falls right to Jake Peters. Castine back to Peters. Tracy, free throw line. Back to the basket. Peters from 3 off the right side. Castine tracked it down. Came away with a rebound. Fresh shot clock as well. Peters into the post. Draws the foul on Sheets.
Good pump fake there from Peters. Drawing the defender to jump. And then just made like an artist and drew the foul.
Two coming up for Jake Peters here from the line. Steady shooter. Right on cue. Missed the first. After that shot, he came up almost holding that right leg.
Could be a reason that he's missing a couple of these. Some of it's also fatigue. You are late in the game. Some of your shots are going to be a little more exhausted, may not get it as far as you want it to be. But, yeah, now the refs are going to come and talk to him about that knee. Keeps kind of nursing it a little.
Yeah, Larry Gallo spotted it. Came over.
Tough part is he does have to take these 2 free throws.
Misses the second as well. Sheets came up with a rebound. He was fouled underneath. That'll go against Tracy.
Should give Sackets enough time. And, yeah, they are going to take him off the floor. Maybe give him a closer look at that knee. See if he needs the trainer. Seemed like he could still work with it. Didn't seem like it was too bad of an injury. May have just been bruised from the court floor. But definitely not going to say that that tickles.
So the junior Peters replaces the senior. Luke in the stead of Jake. Lead still 10. Copenhagen starting to run out of some time. They're under 3 minutes to go. Jordal to Sheets. Tracy playing tough defense. Sitting on just 2 fouls after picking up that one there. 3 up there briefly for him, but it's just his second. Castine out to Peters. Oliva. And now Luke Peters into the corner. Aubert doubled there. Castine from beyond the arc. He's gone cold here a little bit in the second half. Offensive rebound, though, for Sackets. They've done so well on the offensive glass here in the second half. Able to keep plays alive and then milk that clock. Castine.
Yeah. That's something that now Sackets is going to hate, is that clock. Trying to get that to go down faster. And also, if you're Copenhagen, you're hoping that it slows down. Because now Spalding picks up a foul there, trying to stop Castine. But that just makes matters worse as that resets the shot clock. But Copenhagen will take a timeout, try and drop a defensive play. And, I mean, now if you're Copenhagen, you're going to start being in somewhat panic time, I guess. You're 2 minutes left, you're down 10. Now you're going to have to start scoring in bunches if you're still hoping to win this game. But game's not over. But Copenhagen, they're going to have to put their head down and go to work if they want to win this one.
Timeout called. Brought to you by the North Star Health Alliance, composed of Carthage Area Hospital, North Country Orthopedic Group, Claxton Hepburn, and Meadowbrook Terrace, dedicated to keeping healthcare local and dedicated to supporting us here for the Frontier League Championships all weekend, the first game of our 6. And it's been very entertaining. It's a 10-point game between Sackets, Harbor, and Copenhagen. The Patriots, the heavy favorite. And they have a lead here, but it's maybe not as large as some of us would have expected with just 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Out of the timeout, Spalding comes up with the steal. Spalding to Sheets. Jordal from the corner. Off the front iron, Tracy's strong rebound, and they work it around to Castine on the near side. Castine, sure hands. Sheets trying to take it away from him. Peters, deflected. Sheets comes up with the steal in the far corner.
2 in a row there from Spalding. He's working hard there on defense.
Copenhagen are getting the stops. Now they need some buckets. Sheets, top of the arc, driving in. Foul underneath.
That's going to be on Tracy there. His third. So we got nothing to really worry about as Peters checks back in. Just a minute 10 to go. Copenhagen, they're going to need to start scoring here, especially starting right here.
Jordal inbound. Spalding, fadeaway three off the front iron, tip back out. Spalding again from way downtown. That one's off the left side. Rebounded by Tracy. Couple of halfway decent looks there for Bryce Spalding. Unable to connect either time. Here's Castine.
Yeah.
Foul. And that's Sheets, just a little overzealous there.
Yeah, Castine a little shaken up. He was moving the ball low, trying to create some space to possibly dish it out. Sheets just ended up somewhat hip checking him in the head. It's like his ears ringing a little.
Certainly caught him up high. Sackets in the bonus, so 2 from the line.
And that'll be his 40th made free throw on the season, so another good stat there for Marcus Castine. He made one earlier to put him at 39. Now a full timeout from Copenhagen before he takes his second shot. But it's starting to get a little too far out of reach for the Knights. Obviously not going to say it's over yet, but it's getting pretty close to being that way.
Well, they made a really strong comeback there in that third quarter. They trailed by, 21 at half. Fought back, had it within 7, and then it sat right around that 10-point margin for much of this fourth quarter. Unable to really cut into it. They've come up with the defensive stops when they've needed them, but just the offensive consistency not quite there.
Yep, and I mean, if you've seen us, especially at the last time that these two teams met, I mean, it was a 69-19 win for Sackets. So for this game to be as it is, this is definitely a much better game out of Copenhagen. They got a lot of young kids, only 3 seniors graduating this year. You got Bryce Spalding, who hit probably the deepest 3 of the day. He's only in 8th grade, so he'll definitely be back next year. So for Copenhagen, this may not have been their year to win the Frontier League title, but I definitely say watch out for these guys in this upcoming season. But right now, Sackets just 50 seconds away from taking the championship.
Castine makes the second. Copenhagen will roll it out. Picked up by Lawley. Here's Sheets. Sitting on 4 fouls now. Sheets, hop step. Floater with the right hand off the front iron. Rebound by Tracy. Castine. And that'll do it for Copenhagen here. Put up a really commendable effort, especially in this second half. Tremendous defense, holding Sackets to just 47.
Yeah, really holding down Marcus Castine. Didn't even get a 3-pointer in this entire second half. That's not an easy task, especially with how many 3-point shooters this team has that you have to guard. But they may even, we'll see if they even put up a shot or if they'll even take the shot clock violation.
Oliva in the corner, goes back up to Castine. 5 on the shot clock. They go down low. Tracy lays it up with the right hand.
But they are going to end it there.
Spalding will pass it back to Lawley. And Sackets Harbor, maybe a little bit hairy for their liking in that second half, but they held on firmly and come away with a victory here. Your Frontier League Class D champions, Sackets Harbor. I think what many of us would have predicted coming into the season, a team with aspirations certainly higher than winning the Frontier League, but a step on the way in that journey for them as they look to try to progress and improve on their terrific season last year. This was maybe box number 1 to check, and they did, as they are able to defeat Copenhagen at JCC.
Yeah, definitely probably one of the first boxes to check, but I mean, you still got to make sure that you check off that box, and Copenhagen definitely made them work for it, keeping this one pretty close. But here in just a second, we'll hear for the Frontier League All-Stars.
So the announcement of the Frontier League All-Stars here coming up. And we'll stay with you for that, and then we'll wrap things up here. We'll start our next stream after this, which will be the Class C championship match between Sandy Creek and Beaver River. Again, Frontier League All-Star announcements here. Alex Radley, Cash Gordon being announced. We'll take you over and let you listen to the public address announcer, Joey Wargo, here from JCC, and we'll catch you on the next stream. Remember, it'll be a different link, a separate video on YouTube for you to watch if you're interested, as Sandy Creek will take on Beaver River in the Class C championship. For Josh Madison, my name's Connor Lalone. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll let you listen in on the Frontier League Class D All-Stars.
MVP from Sackets Harbor, Marcus Castine. The D Division Coach of the Year from Sackets Harbor, Jeff Robbins and Dale Phillips. And your 2024-25 D Division League and Playoff Champions, Sackets Harbor.